All right, joining me now on Inside the Tournament from the Speedy Turtles, Jenny Chiu. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Andrew. Excited to be here.
So we were excited when we saw your commitment to play with Speedy Turtles. You popped the champagne, you were excited, getting back into things. I want to ask you, like, what did you know about TST prior to Speedy Turtles contacting you? What's the relationship there? Like, how did we get to where we are right now?
Long story, long-winded answer, but obviously I know about TST because I played at UNC. So my teammates have been part of the tournament with the US women's team since year one when they were playing against the men, right? And then you go to the next iteration where they win it, and a bunch of my teammates are in it as well. I think you guys remember Lindsay Harris having amazing saves for the women, even against the men's teams. So I was watching to support my teammates, never imagining that I would ever lace up the boots and play in it. But yeah, the UNC, the North Carolina connection has me always supporting TST. And then when it came to Speedy Turtles, I'm so excited to be playing with them. Honestly, it has turned out even better than I ever expected. Initially, the meetings were content about marketing, about making it a 360-degree experience for women's football. It's not just the playing, it's also what you can do around it and the community that you can build and all of these things that I feel passionate about now on the outside of the game, more as a broadcaster, these things matter, the fans, the culture, community matters. So the fact that they were so I think that was so important to them was exactly like a perfect fit. After my first meeting with them, I said, yes, I love this, but obviously deciding to come back and train and putting myself on the line to kind of look potentially silly, not as athletic as I used to be, was very nerve-wracking.
Well, that's kind of the theme with TST is a lot of players are getting back into it for the first time, and then by the time TST ends, they're like, I'm playing in this every single year until, you know, my legs fall off, basically, which a couple of players that happened to last year, basically. But so let's rewind a little bit back to, your career because now we're caught up with Speedy Turtles. But obviously you played at UNC. So you have the Cary connections, the Wake Med connections, and then take us from there, UNC and beyond.
Oh, well, I'm so before UNC, I
Okay,
played with the
even
Mexican
better.
national team and the US national team, like youth pools. I played with the Mexican national team in the U17 and U20 World Cup. Got a back injury and then still went to UNC, which was like, thank goodness Anson Dorrance was like, we still want you, we want your character, we want all of these things. And then I went into UNC not being the player that I was supposed to be, walking into it. My senior class is Crystal Dunn, Kalia Ohai, these players that everyone in women's football knows. And you're coming in as a freshman. I just took a year off to try to heal my back, and I realized that I was not the best player in anywhere I went anymore, right? UNC is the best of the best, and that happens to a lot of us. So I didn't have the college experience footballing wise that I had imagined for myself, which is totally fine because I found broadcasting at UNC, found journalism, and then that is what I do with my career now. So now I cover um, everything that is around football, NWSL, MLS, Champions League finals. I've been to two of them. So really all because I played football and then found journalism because football didn't kind of work out for me. So that's kind of a beautiful thing. Um, but since then, after college, because it didn't work out the way I wanted it to, I wasn't finished playing soccer. So I went to go play in Australia, came back from Australia thinking, do I want to keep playing for basically no money somewhere random in the world? Or do I start a different career? And so then I started to become applying for jobs everywhere. And I got an internship with the Portland Timbers and Thorns, was a intern there, got a full-time job with another club that saw me within 4 months, started my broadcasting career with Orlando City and Orlando Pride. And then from there, I got hired by Chelsea, CBS, and I just continue to find ways to stay involved with the game because all I care about is being a part of the game. And now I'm lacing my boots back up, which is just wild and never what I imagined.
Did you overlap at all with Nani in
Yes,
Orlando?
absolutely. Yes, I was the sideline reporter for Nani coming in, his announcement, all of his time there, worked with him, and obviously the skills that he has. He's very charismatic, and I've seen everything that he does with TST. He's that intense in everything he does. And I mean everything. Every conversation with him is that intense.
The TST world is all connected.
Absolutely.
That's great that you were there for Nani. So we look at your group. It's an exciting group right away. Your first TST match, Speedy Turtles' first TST match, is against Solo FC, Hope Solo's team. When you just hear that, what do you think?
Well, first of all, a group message is going off. At this point, I'm overseas. I can't watch it live, but our group message is going off. It's Hope Solo. And we've talked about this, like obviously there's the big names in the tournament, but the reality of our team is we are not the big names. We want to take you by surprise. We want you guys to get on the bus with us, not because we are the big names, but because we are the community team. We are the team that you can like see yourself in. And that is like the perfect way to kick things off is you have this huge name with this huge history and Hope Solo and everything that she has done and given to the game and then us and they're like who are these people, and I think that's exactly what we want. I think that we'll thrive off of that because people won't see us coming and hopefully that works to our advantage.
What do you have any sort of background history or relationship with Hope? Have your paths
Besides
crossed?
being a fan, no. I mean, our age group is very different, and I wasn't a reporter at the time that I started covering the women's national team. She was long gone, but just being a fan of her entire story, right? I just watched her documentary that released as well. But from the very beginning, the World Cup where she's benched, I'm watching those games live as a young girl, thinking, "What is this drama? What is happening?" So, like, I've watched her career on the national team, and now to take the field against her is a privilege.
So, next question. Are you
Yeah.
ready? 3 matches in 2 days, potentially more, potentially a run to $1 million. Are you ready?
Um, you know what? We still have a few weeks here. I'm incredibly nervous to say yes and then show up and not be ready, but I am incredibly trustworthy in my team. I have so much confidence. Like they train all the time. I mean, I'm in the group message. I obviously live in Miami. Everyone else is Atlanta based. So they train together, they play together, and all of that gives us so much confidence. Our coach is leading so well. So we will be ready. Am I the one that has to be the most ready? No. We need the young guns to be making the runs, and that's no longer me.
Okay, maybe better question then. My
Yes.
favorite part of TST, media day. You get the high quality pictures in the jersey, you get the kit reveal. Are you ready for media day?
Oh, media day is what I'm made for, right? Like, if you think about me, am I going to be the best player? Am I going to be the MVP? Maybe not. But will I be there for media day and give you all the good shots? Absolutely. Our jerseys are going to be sick. I've already gotten a preview. We have amazing sponsors. Like, everything around the team is about showmanship. And I think that that's what's going to take everyone off guard is that we're here to put on a show. Like, TST is about entertainment as much as it is about community and about the game itself. So, I'm really excited for people to see like they don't know what Speedy Turtles is, and then they're going to leave feeling really good about what a brand can be. And we've created this so quickly, right? I'm not going to say we as though I have been a part of like the marketing aspect, but I haven't. But so quickly and with so much love, women led, from behind the scenes, all around. It's just been so amazing.
Do you think you will score a game winning goal in target score time during TST? Put a percentage number on it that you specifically score a game winning goal.
I think I have to put 100 because why am I going if I don't think I'm going to score in the moments that matter for my team? Like I would tell my team find someone else if I didn't feel like, you know what, I'm going to do this for us.
Amazing. That's an amazing answer right there. Um, I like flipping the tables on you sometimes, and you're a reporter or journalist, so you should be good at this. Any questions for me as we're now a month away from TST? It's your first time playing. The floor is yours. It's
Yeah,
now
no, I
your
love it.
interview.
I love it, Andrew. Okay, so obviously you have the US women's team that has these big names that you guys are familiar with and everyone has kind of gotten behind. But then you have these other teams, a lot of young clubs also in our group, no one's ever heard of. What are the chances that one of these no-name clubs that has no big team players takes it all?
So I think it's actually a little interesting because last year there was only 8 women's teams, and this year there's 12. But I actually think that gives you a better chance of winning when there's more teams, which is so stupid. Not statistically, you don't have a better chance, but like you wouldn't have to play the U.S. women potentially until maybe even the championship or maybe, so people talk about the U.S. women. Obviously, they're, probably the title favorites because they won last year. They added more, but you're not in their group. So that gives you a big, advantage right
That's,
there.
you know what? I just want to say, honestly, I was very excited about that. I was very excited when we didn't get them. So we have a potential to get out of the group. Another one. How did you guys figure this out so quickly, right? Because in every conversation, right now I'm on the other side of the game, I find some sort of connection with TST. I was on a panel, moderating a panel for UNICEF, and they said, "Oh, we heard you're playing TST." I said, "Sorry?" They said, "Yeah, we're going to be there as well." I was with soccer.com. They were like, "TST?" And I was like, everyone I'm working with is all around the game. And the fact that you guys have found a way so quickly, what, year three, to bring everyone that matters in. How?
Well, I think it's because one, we have great partners. You mentioned a few right there in soccer.com, UNICEF, et cetera. So we have great partners. Plug in the partners. Adidas on the shirt
You're
right here.
welcome.
um, but as you'll see, people just love it. They get there, they play one match, three matches in group play, they're hooked. The second, because only three teams have ever won, obviously, two men's teams, one women's team. The second you're eliminated, you're already plotting how you can get back the next year. Or players who, you know, played for players who played for a random team like Speedy Turtles, but maybe played for a club overseas, they leave TST going, all right, I'm going to my club that I played for in Europe and saying, you need to bring a team to TST. So like everyone just like loves it and becomes their own marketing arm essentially and goes to Adidas and says, someone may have an Adidas tie and be like, you got to get involved with this tournament.
Yep.
It's just like immediately the word of mouth aspect of it
Yep.
has been pretty incredible. So I would say word of mouth is huge. And two, I mean, you got Heather O'Reilly, who is like the has become the face of the women's tournament. She's everywhere. She's promoting it. She's great. You got Nani and Aguero. You got Pat McAfee. I mean, we got the right people. Promoting the event, but it's not just that they're promoting it; they're loving it, and
They're loving it.
you're
I
gonna
mean,
love it too.
the fact that the content that comes out is so good, all of it has been amazing. I will say, when I made my announcement that I was playing in it, I got 20 messages from people that are also not in the game anymore. I want to play too. Can I join your team? And then I'm pitching these names that are huge names to my coaches, and they're like, "We're an Atlanta-based team. We're going to keep this small." I'm like, I feel grateful that you guys let me in now.
Well, but
Everyone wants.
that's kind of the example is like next year, not that you wouldn't be with Speedy Turtles next year, but like next year, if you were like, okay, I actually have 20 players who hit me up saying they want to play, now all of a sudden we can grow the women's tournament to 16 or, you know, that's what it
Yeah.
is this year. It's 16 teams, so we grow it to 16 or even more because it's like Jenny went and found her 10 friends that all want to play, and that's how it just keeps growing and growing. But also, in the future, you got to extend the Instagram collab our way when you do your announcement posts.
I did. You guys said, hold on, wait for Speedy Turtles to announce. I'm like, okay, okay. Collab me later. Collab me later. But beautiful. I'm so excited. Honestly, I've had people all over like, how do I fly in to watch you play? I'm like, you guys, this is like three quick games. Are you sure? Like, this is a whole spectacle. And the fact that I'm playing again has been a hilarious experience, Andrew, because yeah, people that haven't been here for the whole ride don't know that I played, right? So now I'm showing up and I'm playing, and people are like, wait a second, we had no idea. We had no idea. Maybe I'm putting a target on my back there, but they're like, we didn't know you could do that.
Uh
Like,
huh.
you're actually a player. I'm like, you don't play at UNC and the national team, like not actually being a player.
Well, we've had like current World Cup, or that doesn't make sense. Current national team players, not current World Cup players, comment on our Instagram like, "Wait, I want to play or I want to do this," and like, come on in. We have
No, no,
no
no, no,
rules.
no.
Oh no.
No, not yet. Not yet. We got to give it some years, give us a chance to win it, and then maybe we can bring in the. They already have their platform, you know? They already have it. But then when
True.
you add the $1 million aspect, it's like their leagues aren't playing for $1 million, but we're playing for $1 million. It adds a little bit of.
We did some math. I think it might not be exact now, but last year it was like the winning if you divided it evenly, whatever it was, the winning women's team got more than like the average NWSL salary, which was crazy. But obviously, that's different. That's 14 players in one tournament versus a whole league. But like, it was like, it makes sense to play in this thing. Everyone should be playing in it.
Well, Andrew, I'm gonna act like I didn't do the math myself. beforehand and say, "Hey, this doesn't make sense. Of course you're going to want to play. And teams should want to send more the B teams that are coming in. I think it's North Carolina Courage has their team coming, Kansas City potentially as well.
Yeah.
All of those, that makes sense. And that makes me a little bit nervous because they have time together, they have reps together, and that's exactly what a winning team needs.
Well, we're excited to have you and Speedy Turtles at TST. It'll be a great tournament. Your first matchup against Solo FC and Hope Solo. Looking forward to it, and I appreciate you taking the time to come on the pod.
Well, I just want to say, Andrew, before we go, I saw Hope Solo's
Absolutely.
interview. I saw Hope Solo's interview, and she was all about uplifting players that maybe didn't get an opportunity to be on a stage. And I absolutely love that. I have so much respect for it. And while we're all about a little bit of shit talking, because that's what makes rivalries fun and stuff, absolute respect for the platform she's building. And I'm just excited to play. Put my boots back on in front of people. Like I'm nervous about the anxiety, but just everything about this is awesome. And congratulations.
Thank you. I gave you the early boot. I wasn't trying to
No,
to,
no, no, no,
to
no.
get you out early.
I wanted to make sure I watched all of the interviews, like, okay, what do I need to know? Everyone's saying this isn't soccer, this isn't football. Like, make sure that you understand that this is a different game completely. Like, I'm trying to study, trying to do what I can. And I wanted to mention that. I love that she's giving people a platform.
Well, we agree, and that's great. So now I'm going to check anything else before we get out of here.
Sorry, Andrew. No, no. I'm usually on your end, so I'm like, I have so much to say all the time, but no,
Well, no, because normally it's like you don't want the guest to be like, all right, now this has been 20 minutes. Like, let's go wrap it up. So I
no, not my
appreciate
problem.
you've been
My
on the
problem is
other
I
side
speak
of
too
it. Yeah.
much. Yeah, yeah. We'll
Well,
shut me up. I'll let you shut me up.
no, we could talk for hours, but we'll do it. We'll do a part two.
Beautiful. Thanks, Andrew. Excited to be there. Come cheer on the Speedy Turtles, everyone. We're gonna
You
be
got to have a
shooting
live
14.
turtle. You got to have live turtles.
Oh, we've already done like photo shoots and stuff. Like the content around our team, impeccable. Everyone that's behind the team has been doing such a great job. I'm not sure if you guys have seen the Instagram. Go look on our Instagram. We do like all of the content that you would want any team to put behind. Like it's just there. Go look at it yourself. I won't even speak anymore.
All right, Jenny, thank you, and we'll
Thanks,
we'll
Andrew.
see you at TST.